Hello, colleagues. My name is Claudia Abar, and I'm a kindergarten teacher in District 4. I'm also one of your virtual content specialists for kindergarten math. We are going to be going now into week 31 of the school year, week 31 of math lessons, which means two things. One, the work is getting a little bit harder. Two, your students are tired. My students are tired. They don't want to do this anymore. They're tired. The Zoom fatigue thing is really real. So there's a couple of things that we've changed in the way that the lessons are being written right now. Most of our lessons are now going to be split into 2 days. This is for a few reasons. Number one, to allow you additional time for practice. I know a lot of the Eureka lessons are just push, 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 and sometimes we actually end up running out of time. We're kind of taking a pause so that we can take additional time for the lessons and make sure that your students are really understanding the concepts. Number two, we're also doing this because we are tired and the children are tired too. In breaking the lessons into two, we give you additional time for practice of the skill in a fun way. Think about maybe using some of the apps that we have introduced in the past. Think about maybe playing some word games with your students. All of it so that it's still as engaging as it has been throughout the year, because we know that you're doing an amazing job and we want to make sure that we end on an amazing note. So let's get started. I'm going to be making 2 videos for this week. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking one lesson and splitting it in two. So this is day one for this part of the lesson. It's lesson 22, part one. So it's going to happen on Unit 5, day 25. And the question is, how can we compare sum ones to compare teen numbers? Now, this phrase, sum ones, is going to be coming up for the first time this week. As we introduce sum ones, what we really want the children to say is that they recognize that teen numbers are some tens, 10 tens, 10 ones, excuse me, and some ones. Oof, that sounded confusing. Teen numbers as 10 ones and some ones, okay? That's what we really want them to say. So let's go ahead and get started. When you first go on to the implementation guidance for this lesson, slide number 3, we have created some really cool gadgets for you to share. These come from the Pattern Shapes app. So you can go ahead and right click and it will bring you here. You will be using this right here in the implementation guidance. Let me show you what that looks like. The introduction or launch is where you will use these that have been created for you. You're always welcome to create your own. And the question that we're going to be asking our students is, what do you notice? Super simple, right? Now, some of the questions and some of the answers that we ask the students are guidance for you. You're always welcome to ask the question in a way that your students feel will be most representative of the language that you have used in class. So some of the responses will be, I see 2 cube towers. One is taller than the other. One tower has more than the other. One has 13, one has 15. All of the answers that are correct should be affirmed. Great job, that's awesome. You should go ahead and highlight. And also the reason why this question is so open-ended is because we want to give the children an opportunity to share and just kind of like, just really, what do you notice? This opens it up to your entire class so that everybody feels like they can say something. I see squares, I see orange, this looks like a carrot. All of those are perfectly fine. It is kindergarten after all. I know my kindergarten students will first say they see a carrot. Now that you've done that, you go ahead and practice, and then we've created a few more. I'll share one more with you, and it looks like this. And then now you ask the students, what do you notice now? So some of them will tell you, oh, now I see 11. I noticed that in orange is always 10, and then some extra ones, some ones. So we want to start guiding the language this way. Now, after you have done the implementation, after you have done your launch with your students, they will be working independently on the Explore slides. Now, the Explore slides look like this. They're going to count and type the number, and then they're going to drag the check mark here to show either more or less to make the statement correct. The way that you drag the check mark is by moving it here. 12 is more than 20. Oh, no, that doesn't sound right. 12 is less than 20, and then they will write this here. And of course, they can type the numbers here, like that. There are 2 different exploration guidance slides. And if you need additional support on that, you can also find that in the implementation guidance right here. And then we come to the good old summary slide. The summary slide for this lesson has open-ended questions purposely. We want to make sure that we give your students an opportunity to say anything that they notice. And we also want to give you a chance to write some of those notes down here. So this is actually a working slide for you. How do you know if a number is more than another number? Some of your students might say, well, 17 comes after 16, so it means that it's more. Some of them might tell you, oh, because if you draw the objects, one has more, one has less. How do you know if a number is less than another number? How do you know if a number is equal or the same as another? All of the answers that you use today will be used to guide us into tomorrow's work. We want to make sure that we give the students a chance to just say whatever comes to mind, not necessarily tied directly to the lesson, but very much linked to it. In case you notice after the summary slides that your students still need additional support, we've got you covered. We've created an additional practice slide here for you. And you can go ahead and send this on to the class, or you can complete it after the summary. Entirely up to you and how you feel it's the best way for you to use in your classroom. Now, for tomorrow's work, you will be using the summary slide, so please make sure that you save a copy of it. It's always good to make sure that the students see their work being the reason why we plan the next sessions. I hope that this work was useful, and I hope that you found this video to be of assistance. See you soon, everyone. Take care.